So brain surgery is so intimidating that it's become a marker that we use to measure how tough everything else is. Like we say, well, it's not brain surgery. So when the University of Minnesota recently posted that an aspiring brain surgeon also overcame homelessness, well, we here at Breaking the News wanted to know more about this person. So Kent went to meet him today to talk about his difficult past and how it got him to where he is today.
The road to becoming a neurosurgeon isn't easy for anyone.
It's about setting a goal and understanding your support system.
Nick Chapman.
And I think that is very key.
Makes it sound simple now, but his road to the University of Minnesota Medical School has been more difficult than most.
Mom went back to Brazil when I was about 2, 3.
After growing up with his mother and her family in Brazil, Nick moved to California at 15 to live with his father and attend school.
I had a great time in the beginning of high school, but then we just didn't see eye to eye. And so then I decided to leave.
Though he was only 17 with no place to call home, he did not decide to return to his mother in Brazil.
How worried was she for you at that point?
I think any parent's worried, right? But it's, what does the United States offer? Opportunity. I did know that I wanted to get an education.
He also knew he had support.
I had a lot of friends, and they allowed me to sleep on their couch if I needed to. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for them.
Nick says it was enough to help him get his GED and find a stable job, eventually opening a hobby shop as he enrolled in community college.
So I wanted to do business. I wanted to do finance, because I thought at that time that money was the answer to my problems, which technically it was.
That goal shifted shortly after he began working as a chess and math tutor.
And the uncle of the kid that I was tutoring math would have seizures. One time he had a seizure in the car, and the kids stopped making noise. Everybody froze. And I told myself, whatever this is that causes an impact to the family and the patient, I want to be involved.
Nick changed majors and later transferred to USC, where he graduated with a degree in neuroscience in 2020 and expanded his support system.
Dr. Mark Krieger, he's absolutely an amazing human being. His mentorship has been pivotal. Absolutely pivotal.
He decided to stay with Dr. Krieger at Los Angeles Children's Hospital for 4 years, saving for medical school and giving back through street outreach until his journey finally brought him to Minnesota last year.
How much do those couple of years where you didn't know where you were going at night impact you still today?
I think I'm more calm. That's it. The stress of medical school, you're kind of more even keel because there are bigger issues. I had a poor string of grades in the beginning, and that's due to the environment and circumstance. And I think that's important for people to understand, that there's a lot of circumstantial things that happen to individuals that are unhoused, that sometimes it's not personal.
Today, though, it is personal. He's reunited with his mother and extended family right here in Minnesota for wherever the road leads next.
What's your hope in sharing your story?
I was just a guy that had support and a goal. And I think that, for me, is the most important thing. If somebody out there believes a little bit in themselves and has support and has a goal, hopefully they can achieve it. I think that's the number one thing.
Speaking of that support system here in Minnesota, Nick said he's found an incredible partner and a group of friends here. And if you're wondering about the golden retriever in the photo from his white coat ceremony, that's his biggest supporter, he says, Frodo, who made the move here with him from California. Jana.
It's interesting that he brought up that the thing that helped him is calm, because his demeanor was so calm and just like, yeah, so I took off from home as a teenager with nowhere to go, and that's just my life.
Yeah, talk about a dose of perspective, right? What really matters? The essentials: being safe, being secure, having support.
Does he have any goals of where he wants to practice medicine, or is he going to do anything specific to like seizures? He talked about that being a pivotal moment.
Yeah, I asked him about that today. He said, what I've learned is day to day, I want to pass my boards.
Okay.
That's what's next on the list. It's like making your bed in a new house.
Got it. Yeah, that's a good goal. Thanks so much, Kent. Great story.